What if I told you that Switzerland, the land of breathtaking Alps, world-class chocolate, and extreme wealth, has a side you've never seen before? A reality far beyond the postcard-perfect scenery and fairy tale villages. A country often ranked among the happiest and richest in the world. But beneath the surface, there's a different story. A story of struggle, contrast, and unexpected truths. Most of the world sees Switzerland as a land of order, prosperity, and perfection. But what if I told you that behind the wealth and stability, there's an unseen Switzerland? A Switzerland where thousands struggle to afford basic necessities, where centuries-old traditions are vanishing under the pressure of modernization, where even those who call this place home sometimes feel like outsiders. So, what is life really like in Switzerland? Let's uncover the reality. Switzerland. The heart of Europe, a nation of 8.7 million people known for its neutrality, efficiency, and precision. It's a country that has managed to stay out of global conflicts for over 200 years, becoming a safe haven for billionaires, global organizations, and powerful financial institutions. It's the birthplace of the Red Cross, home to the United Nations European headquarters, and has one of the world's most stable economies. But here's something most people don't realize. Despite its glittering image, Switzerland is not an easy place to live in. Yes, it has some of the highest salaries in the world, but it also has one of the highest costs of living. Yes, it's home to some of the richest individuals, but thousands of Swiss citizens live paycheck to paycheck. And beyond its famous banking hubs and ski resorts, there's another Switzerland, one that doesn't fit into the fairy tale. Switzerland is one of the most expensive countries on the planet. Let's put that into perspective. A simple meal at McDonald's, $20, a cup of coffee, $5, rent for a small apartment in Zurich, over $3,000 per month, a gym membership, $100 per month, a taxi ride for just a few kilometers, more than $30. Even groceries are expensive. A single chicken breast can cost over $10. But it's not just the prices. It's the fact that even many middle-class Swiss families feel the pressure. Unlike in other wealthy nations, wages in Switzerland don't always match the soaring living costs. And for those in lower-income jobs, things get even tougher. Take healthcare. It's ranked among the best in the world, but it's also one of the most expensive. Unlike many European countries with public healthcare, Switzerland operates on mandatory private health insurance. And even with insurance, people still have to pay a portion of medical costs out of pocket. For a family of 4, health insurance alone can cost over $1,000 per month, before even stepping foot in a doctor's office. So, while Switzerland's quality of life is among the highest in the world, it comes at a price that not everyone can afford. Now let's talk about work culture. Switzerland is known for precision, efficiency, and innovation. But that perfection comes at a cost. While many imagine the Swiss enjoying a relaxed, stress-free lifestyle, the truth is that Switzerland has one of the longest working weeks in Europe, with an average of 42 to 45 hours per week. And here's something surprising. Overwork is common. In cities like Zurich, Geneva, and Basel, many professionals work far beyond their contracted hours, driven by the pressure to perform at the highest level. The Swiss economy thrives on productivity, but that means work-life balance isn't as easy as it seems. For many, stress levels are high, and burnout is a growing problem. But let's step away from the corporate offices for a moment. Away from the financial districts and luxury watch boutiques, there's another Switzerland, one that tells a very different story. In the Swiss countryside, life moves at a slower pace. Here, traditional farming communities still exist, where generations of families have lived in the same villages for centuries. But despite Switzerland's romanticized image of dairy farms and green pastures, farming in Switzerland is a battle for survival. Many small farmers are struggling. The rise of industrial agriculture, increasing land prices, and strict regulations make traditional farming less profitable than ever. Take Hans Meyer, a dairy farmer in the Bernese Oberland. His family has been producing cheese for over 5 generations, but today he's earning less for his milk than his grandfather did decades ago. Milk prices are so low that many Swiss farmers can't even break even. And despite Switzerland's love for cheese, supermarkets import cheaper dairy products from abroad, making it even harder for local farmers to compete. And then there's climate change. Swiss winters are becoming less predictable, glaciers are melting, and traditional farming seasons are being disrupted. For many in rural Switzerland, the future is uncertain. So, while the world sees Switzerland as a land of stability and prosperity, life here isn't always easy, especially outside the cities. Now, here's something you won't see in travel brochures. Switzerland may be famous for its wealth and stability, but did you know that around 8% of its population lives in poverty? While Swiss cities are lined with Rolex stores and luxury banks, there are thousands who struggle to pay for rent, food, or even heating during winter. And there's another side of Switzerland few people talk about: its migrant workforce. Over 25% of Switzerland's population is foreign-born. From construction workers to hospitality staff, many immigrants take on jobs that locals avoid. But despite their hard work, integration isn't always easy. Language barriers, sky-high housing costs, strict residency laws that make it difficult to stay long-term. For many, Switzerland offers opportunity, but at a cost. What if behind Switzerland's clean, pristine image, there were secrets? Secrets about power, money, and history. Secrets that could change the way you see this country forever. Because while the world sees Switzerland as a neutral paradise, the truth is far more complicated. And in this episode, we uncover the hidden reality that Switzerland doesn't want you to know. Switzerland is home to one of the most secretive banking systems in the world. For decades, it has been a safe haven for the ultra-rich, corporations, and even criminals, shielding their wealth from taxes, scrutiny, and sometimes the law itself. Swiss banks hold trillions of dollars in assets, money that belongs to the world's wealthiest individuals, politicians, and even dictators. For years, Swiss banking secrecy laws allowed anyone to deposit money without disclosing their identity. And while Switzerland has cracked down on secrecy laws in recent years, the truth is, the system still protects the elite. Let's take an example. In 2022, a massive leak, known as Swiss Secrets, revealed that Swiss banks had knowingly accepted money from criminals, corrupt leaders, and human rights violators. Clients included a Venezuelan oil tycoon accused of laundering millions, a dictator from Sudan who funneled money out of his collapsing country, and even criminals linked to drug cartels and human trafficking networks. Despite Switzerland's reputation for honesty and neutrality, its banking system has been used to hide money from justice for decades. And here's the twist: it's still happening today. Even with stricter laws, Switzerland remains one of the top destinations for those who want to hide their wealth from governments and authorities. So, while Swiss cities look perfect on the outside, the financial world beneath them tells a much darker story. Switzerland is famous for being neutral. It hasn't been in a war since 1815. It doesn't belong to NATO. It doesn't take sides. At least, that's what the world believes. But what if I told you that Swiss neutrality is not as simple as it seems? Because while Switzerland may not fight in wars, it profits from them. Switzerland is home to some of the largest arms manufacturers in Europe. Swiss companies supply weapons, defense technology, and military-grade materials, not just to friendly nations, but sometimes to controversial regimes. And it gets even more complicated. During World War II, Switzerland officially stayed out of the war. But in reality, Swiss banks held Nazi gold, some of it stolen from Jewish victims. Swiss companies sold arms to both sides, profiting from the war economy. And the Swiss government allowed Nazi trains carrying looted treasures to pass through its borders. Even today, Switzerland sells military equipment, but with strict conditions. It claims to only sell to peaceful nations. But leaked reports suggest that Swiss-made weapons have been found in war zones, used by armies and militias that Switzerland officially claims not to support. So, is Switzerland truly neutral? Or is it a country that profits from conflict while keeping its hands clean? Most people know Switzerland for its Alps and cities. But beneath the mountains, beneath the towns, there is a hidden Switzerland. A Switzerland that most people will never see. Let's start with the underground fortresses. During the Cold War, Switzerland built hundreds of secret bunkers, some hidden inside mountains, others beneath homes and businesses. These weren't just fallout shelters. Some were full-scale military bases, complete with secret tunnels connecting them to major cities, stockpiles of food and weapons in case of invasion, and even airstrips built into the sides of mountains, disguised as roads. And here's the craziest part. Many of these bunkers still exist today, some converted into hotels, others still classified by the Swiss government. But underground Switzerland isn't just about bunkers. There's also the Swiss gold reserves, stored in hidden vaults deep beneath the country's mountains. No one knows exactly how much gold is there, but estimates suggest Switzerland holds over $100 billion worth of gold in secret locations. It's one of the most secure financial storage systems in the world, and yet most Swiss citizens will never see these places, because some parts of Switzerland's underground world are not meant to be found. Now, let's address the biggest myth about Switzerland. The world sees it as a place of perfection, equality, and order. But here's the truth. Switzerland is one of the most divided countries in Europe. It has 4 official languages and deep cultural differences between each region. Extreme wealth inequality, with billionaires living next to people who struggle to afford food, and one of the strictest immigration policies in Europe, despite relying heavily on foreign workers. Switzerland is not a single, unified country. It's a collection of different cultures, histories, and ideologies, held together by efficiency and discipline. And that's what makes it so unique, but also so misunderstood. So, after everything we've uncovered, is Switzerland truly the perfect nation the world believes it to be? Or is it a country of secrets, contrasts, and hidden struggles? The truth is, Switzerland is both. It is a land of extraordinary beauty, but also a land of mystery. It is one of the world's richest nations, but also home to hidden struggles. It is neutral on the surface, but behind the scenes it plays a powerful role in global affairs. So now, we leave you with this question. If Switzerland is not what you thought it was, what else could the world be hiding from you? If you found this video eye-opening, don't forget to subscribe for more deep dives into the world's most fascinating countries. Comment below, what surprised you the most about Switzerland? Watch our next documentary, where we uncover another country's hidden reality. Because the world is full of secrets, and we're here to uncover them.